Tell us about your Halloween.
We lost the football game. Got home, caught some balls on the jugs, went to sleep, prepare for the next week. So not too eventful. No, I think I'm over the age limit. As much as I'd love to knock on some doors and get some free candy, and then pass it out next year. And then the kids realize I got the stale candy, so they stop coming to my door. Then I can go to bed early. But that's deep thinking. You know, it's next level stuff.
How often do you put in work after a game? You said you went to the joking machine.
Yeah, every time after a game, win or loss. Some of the guys will come to the house, turn on the garage lights, and like if you angle it just right in my garage, you can. It's not so close that it's dangerous, and you can shoot and catch. So we'll get 100 or 200. It's kind of fast when you get a good group of guys.
The whole receiving core, or just?
The whole receiving core has, but it's like not all 12 of us at the same time. Sometimes it's 4 of us, sometimes it's 8 of us. Off days will be more, but I think win or lose, you have to continue to put in the work. It's easy to just be like, well, we're losing, I don't need to put in the work, or we're winning and I don't need to put in the work. You just got to keep going.
So is the garage door open as you're doing this?
Yeah.
Do the neighbors see it? What are the neighbors thinking?
The neighbors know by now. Like sometimes I'll bring the jugs out in the street, and I'm shooting like 50-yard balls down the street. So they kind of know like that's just kind of what Mac does. But their kids will come and play with us. So now I'm the cool kid on the block. So they're okay with it because I'll throw with their kids or do 2-on-2 Mac's permanent quarterback, and I get to show my skills.
So they can catch balls with you. That's how you get your contested catches.
Yeah, you get the little kids, and they'll take like I got a bunch of pool noodles, and I'll let them just hit me as hard as they can while I'm on the jugs. So they think they're having fun, but really I'm getting the better of it. Kind of goes back to the candy stuff. It's like always, thinking ahead, like telling your little brother or sister like, hey, go upstairs and grab this. I'll time you. Then all of a sudden they running to go get it.
Mack, has Flo or anyone in the building this week brought up examples of teams who dug out of big holes, whether it be 1-7 or something else, and made something of their season? Have you heard anything like that this week?
Not me personally. I think for us, it's just what do we need to do to get a win? You focus on your keys, and how can we execute those keys on Sunday? But no, I haven't really got any examples like, hey, this team was not doing well and they turned around. But I don't think I've ever got those. Even when if we've ever been a good season, like last season when we were playing well, it wasn't like this team did well. Look what they ended up doing. You just kind of got to put the blinders on and keep pushing.
And has Flo or Steve Ross or any of the players done anything different to keep you guys engaged, motivated, spirits up this week? Any motivational speakers? Anything out of the ordinary the last 3 days?
No, for me, like motivational speeches don't really do anything. Not really worth it to me. Motivational speeches make you feel good for that speech, and then you break the huddle and the motivation's over. Preparation makes you confident. The work that you've put in the off season and in practice that week is what makes you confident on Sundays. All the rah-rah speeches in the world aren't going to make you feel like, oh, I'm going to win. I'm going to play different than what I did all week. So for me, the motivational speeches don't really work. So.
What stands out to you about the Texans' defense?
They're fat. Like they fly around a good bit, which is good. To go against a team that challenges you. So we'll be prepared and we'll give them the best run for their money.
What observations, if any, have you had about Tua's sort of emotional state in the last week or two, and then if it's changed at all now that the trading deadline has passed?
I haven't seen anything from him that's different. I couldn't say like, hey, he's acting different now that 4 o'clock on Tuesdays ended. He's the same guy. He comes to work, he prepares, keeps the guys engaged and tells guys, hey, this is what I want, this is what I don't want. This is kind of like where I'm seeing things when we break the huddle and you're running routes. So to me, he's the same guy.
How often do you think about the record, about being 1-7, and is there anything that prevents you from moving on from the record and just thinking that you have a game in hand on Sunday?
Personally, when I think about the record, it's kind of embarrassing. Not kind of, it is embarrassing. You're 1-7. You put in a lot of work from the day the season ended last year until now, and you're not seeing the fruits of that labor. But the only thing you can do is continue to put the work in. You can't just give up on something because things aren't going your way. I think it's easy to do that. It's easy to scrap the season. It's easy to say we're not going to win anymore. Who cares? Like, let's just focus on next year. Let's tank. But that's, as everybody wants to be treated like a man. Everybody wants to be grown. Everybody wants to be the big dog. This and that. If you want to be all those things, you can't do that type of stuff. So nobody on this team is, and nobody on this team is going to at any point. I certainly won't allow it, nor will coaches or any of the other captains. So we'll continue to work hard. We'll continue to push ourselves. And whether the fruits want to come or not, we're going to get them.
Is there any product in the hair at this time or no product?
Right now, there's some shea moisture in it. Shea moisture. I mean,
We need more tips though, cleaner, something like that.
I know.
You have curly hair and this humidity is not easy.
I know it's not easy. That's why I just pick it out. If I brought the curls in, but then the helmet would have messed it up, and I would have came here looking goofy. So I decided to just pick it out. That way I can just have an excuse for why it's so wild. But every once in a while, maybe if y'all see me like traveling to a game, you'll see like the curls really going. If I don't braid it up and keep it out of my face because it's about 500 degrees. So
You got a haircut.
last time I got a haircut was 2021? The day before training camp 2019. Yeah, so it's been some years. I'll trim the sides here and there. Every girl in here is probably like, you probably got a lot of split ends, and I do. I definitely do. I mean, Shay, I know y'all see it. Just imagine the things we could do. Imagine the things we could do. And my God.
How long does it take you to come up with your videos every Friday?
What I'd like to say, weeks and weeks. The honest truth, I've done them 8 a.m. on Friday before. So sometimes it's quick thinking, sometimes it's like really prepared. Like last week, if I know something specific, like the crucial catch, I knew we had that game, so that was kind of prepared. But I've done some like breaking practice on Friday, like, oh, I got to get this done in 4 hours. So.
How do you decide on the stuff?
Sitting in the locker room when guys are like, hey, did you see this, or have you ever heard of this, and I'll grab that, and if I can Google some more stuff and like do some research and find at least like 4 or 5 more facts, I'll be like, okay, that's worthwhile.